Leaf inside, can't find Poitras, so going the other way. Zhou off glass.
And we've seen this from both teams, really, where they've taken advantage of turnovers or bad shots and gotten out in transition. The outlet set that up, and then just a nice find. Caught Leaf kind of in between land there, and G with the finish.
GA, what advice would you give Aaron Holiday, knowing that, yes, I have two older brothers who are in the NBA, but the point guard position is so potent right now. How would you say, this is what you need to do, young man, to make sure you get on the floor for meaningful minutes for the Pacers?
Yeah, and I think that's, right now he's in a situation where they're going to be looking to see if maybe he could become a backup on that team. Darren Collison was terrific last year along with Victor Oladipo.
Three-pointer, Markel Brown the other way, no good. Zhou with the rebound and the slam. That's 7 for Zhou. Inside, House again. I got to be fair, 3D, I got to tell you about the early Summer League Shaq and the Fool.
You got some early ones?
Yeah, I got an early one.
Okay.
Jacob Evans comes from a winning culture at Cincinnati. And he has been coached hard, and he's been held accountable. And that's why his transition, to me, is going to be pretty seamless.
That's what Joe Chi can do. Even has a standing reach of 9 feet 5 inches. He can play the 3, he can play the 4, he can play the 5. The numbers weren't good last year in the times he got in with the Rockets and the few times he played, but he does have that perimeter game. Ryan Brown on the drive. Chi, who got beat, able to get a hand on that. Brown on the other end, nicely done by Clavel.
But not only your bodies, but winning players.
Yeah.
Is not asking you to give away your secrets.
There are no secrets. It's just basketball.
So I'm like, what are you guys looking for in a warrior? You got to guard the guys on the perimeter on your team, so he's going to have some room to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean he's going to be on a team that's going to have more space. Now, there's a team in the South that got a pretty good player.
South California?
Not South Florida either.
Okay, all right, there you go. That is
come on now.
Shalamu Abudu Direksidi. You got to say it fast.
Hey, you got to do it one more time.
Abudu Shalamu Abudu Direksidi.
Do you think anyone out
from
there
China
is listening and is going to call you out on that pronunciation?
Oh, if they do, I'm going with Abu, which is his nickname, or Slam. And there's his countryman, Joe Chi, a much shorter name to pronounce.
And they understand the value of taking care of your body so that you can be the best that you can potentially be for a long period of time, because the money is absolutely insane.
Ramo Duval, and that one was blocked by?
No, go ahead.
Abudu Shalamu Abudu Direksidi.
How about the way you just said that, though? I mean, you said that like you've been calling that guy's name. Give me it one more time.
Abu. Get that out of here.
He's an important piece. I mean, it's almost like you talk about Iguodala. You've got to have guys that understand exactly who they are and their role on the team. Kendrick had a really good game the other night. Averaged 25 points a game at Oakland. Spent 3 years in Illinois.
I know him from where he's from.
Oh, Joe Chi.
This is how you start the game off. By the way, there's 2 Vinces on the court.
Gilgeous-Alexander, left hand, no good. Good defense from Joe Chi. Here's a guy who had to keep his own body in shape, playing 3-on-3s and 4-on-4s with whomever he could, because he couldn't play at the college level. And it didn't get him drafted where maybe he would have without that. But how tough is that now for him to get up to the speed of the game, having not played against anybody like that?
But that just shows his dedication to the game.
Well, it may happen. You still might be able to live out that dream.
Look at Joe Chi, defense. Block shots, and he makes the pass.
Some activity and a rebound.
That's right.
He talked about outplaying the contract that we give them, and I think that's something to read between the lines a little bit. We did the post game. One game it was like 90 points and 9,000 dribbles, and all of a sudden you saw the ball movement start to go. Upshaw, nice feed to Desi Rodriguez, but Joe Chi with the defensive stuff. No bias whatsoever. I did not go to Kentucky. Joe Chi with the jumper is good.
Well done.
Nice look, by the way, from Melton there finding Chi. Good defense from Joe Chi.
Young players that in the big team, in the NBA team, really should not have that role and don't even attempt to exercise. Chi
Some don't.
blocks it. But then they come here and they begin to flex that muscle.
Uh-oh.
Inside, and she just brought the ball down. He gets hacked by Davis. Is it any different to find women referees than you would to find men?
Absolutely not. The same characteristics that anyone can provide in a game are courage without arrogance and humility without weakness. You also, if you have two on the baseline, you would then mitigate or lessen the experience of certain officials, where we now have a somewhat of a good flow from a mechanical perspective of how our mechanics work, from a teamwork perspective. And so you're constantly sort of balancing what you might gain up against what you might give up in that process. And so I think we're still in the exploration side of it. I don't know that it's been taken away, but it's not also moving forward at any rapid pace right now.
In those games in which you had more, was there an uptick in calls? Was there more calls than usual?
I saw Markel play quite a bit.
What a move by Watanabe.
Look at that.
Oh, backdoor
Right
extra
there.
pass, and here comes G.
Yep. You can watch him just a few plays at a time. He knows what he's doing.
Shot by Dawson on the corner, in and out. She dealing. Call him a croupier because he's dealing them out in Vegas.
That's 7-2, folks. Watch this. There's a nice pass by Melton to Joe Chi. And then Big Joe, 7-2, playing like a point guard.
That's a Sino step. That's not a Euro step. That's all the rage in Australia. They are now an official sponsor of the 76ers.
Wow. Wow.
They don't have really, I don't think they have much distribution in the States. But the fact that they've got that tie-in becomes a revenue source for an NBA team. I'm not talking about the league here.
His player development is a long tree of guys in our facility that work every day with everybody individually and give them that player development that they need.
Jared Allen, we hear how he's described by people who know him, but you know him as well as anybody else. How is he personality-wise? You see growth. You see Joe Harris, and you see where he is now at the end of the season compared to the beginning of the year. Spencer Dinwiddie, Jared. You see growth. The other thing I've seen is you're enjoying yourself in Brooklyn, particularly in New York, in that county, in the neighborhood, and you're also spending more time. The teammates are spending more time off the court. That's not necessarily true with all NBA teams.
I don't know. I don't know what other teams do, but we like each other. You know, in New York's a big place, so just buying into what we're learning every day, watching film, trying to get better. If each individual gets better, that's a great step for us.
Nice pass.
Inside, oh, a foul, a hard foul by Davis. Needs to make sure that Joshi understands it wasn't personal. It was just business.
Just business, absolutely.
On the next, number 30.